The KAIOKEN and the Ace Gates have been compared to each other time and time again, but an agreement on which was better has never been really decided on by both communities. Some say Ace Gates is better, some say KAIOKEN is better. So that brings me to the topic of discussion for this video, the KAIOKEN versus the inner Ace Gates. Which is better? In actuality, this is an extremely difficult question to answer solely because of the nature of the demons who took it upon themselves to use the move. Luckily though, due to the nature of the two techniques being similar, I have found out which transformation is superior. Essentially, they both require these two qualifications in order to be used: excellent energy manipulation and great physical durability. Since the KAIOKEN and the 8 inner gates are very similar in both what they provide and their drawbacks, we have to know which one has less risk for more reward. So let's just get started right away. Upon opening the first gate, all mental barriers are released, and the muscles can now be used at their maximum potential, which is 5 times more than what is normally used. The only downside being barely manageable exhaustion. What this means is that already by opening the first gate, you have a 5 times increase in power. So then for the massive 5 times increase that KAIOKEN can offer, what would be the drawbacks? Since we never really saw him in that form, I'm going to do some assuming here. It's 2020, but you have to be brave sometimes. Against Vegeta, the maximum Goku could go was KAIOKEN times 4, and after being forced to use it to defeat Vegeta's Super Gallic Gun, it was very clear that Goku wasn't looking so hot. His muscles and veins were bulging, ready to burst. He was barely able to stand, and he was struggling to breathe. He was so exhausted that even Yajirobe breathing on him could just take him out. So looking at it, it would seem like KAIOKEN times 5 would just cripple a man. So far for KAIOKEN, the risk isn't worth the reward at all. But hold on for a moment. What if I told you that this wasn't the last we would see of KAIOKEN? What if I told you that it would come back even better? What if I told you that it could go even further beyond? The Namek saga was a saga which did a lot, revealing a never seen before world capabilities about the wonderful Saiyan biology. One of those things being KAIOKEN times 20, a quarter of the power never even thought possible, even for the strongest. After the death of his friends, Goku had to explore uncharted territories to save them, despite being oblivious to the horrors that were to come. He knew one thing though, that he wasn't enough. He needed more power. He needed to go beyond. Despite seeing the insanity of Goku's training, you would really get a small taste of it against Captain Ginyu. In a flash, Goku unleashed the power of KAIOKEN times 2 effortlessly. Something that previously required effort to pull off was almost second nature to him. Impressive, but just the beginning. Despite showing much great physical prowess, Goku barely managed to survive his encounter with Captain Ginyu. Luckily though, with the help of the healing chamber, he returned to the scene, now with an impossible level of power. He was a monster. With his newfound strength, he was going to put a stop to Frieza, a demon who could only be stopped with the likes of his strength. However, things wouldn't go as planned for Goku, as he would quickly come to realize the absolute horror of Frieza, the likes of which Vegeta could have never imagined. Goku was quickly overpowered by Frieza. He had to put a stop to Frieza that moment, but the difference was far too great. There was only one way. Goku charges at Frieza with a blood red aura, despite Frieza being leagues above Goku moments ago. Now Frieza stood little to no chance. With this power, victory was in Goku's grasp. This is the power of the KAIOKEN times 20. A power so great, it was enough to close even the greatest of gaps and overwhelm even the most skilled of foes. So how does the 8 gates compare to this juggernaut? Aside the first gate, we don't really get a set power increase, so we don't really know how much increase in power each gate grants. What we do know is that with each gate comes an ability, one that cannot be performed otherwise. With the opening of the second gate, the user gains great physical strength once more. This has the added effect of re-energizing the body enabling the person to rapidly recover from exhaustion, negating the negative effects of the first gate. With the opening of the third gate, the user's pupils dilate, hairs stand on end, veins begin to bulge, and they gain access to the reverse lotus, a move that none can recover from, not even the user. With the opening of the fourth gate, an increase in speed with a slight side effect of a bloody nose. With the opening of the fifth gate, the user unlocks another increase in strength, allowing one to maximize the full power of the reverse lotus, at the cost of the muscles receiving compound fractures. With the opening of the sixth gate, the power of the morning peacock can be unleashed, a power so great that a single punch can combust the air itself. With the opening of the seventh gate, one has access to the daytime tiger, basically one step above the morning peacock, so strong in fact that a single focused punch in this form compresses the air in its path, but for great strength comes great sacrifice. The user's muscle fibers rupture, causing pain when touched, and temporary paralysis. Finally, with the opening of the eighth gate, the gate of death, an ultimate power is unleashed, a power said to be equal to that of a god. In this state, the user's power increases by 100 times, as well as access to both the evening elephant, a move so powerful that the first punch alone was capable of creating a massive and deep turn in the ground, to the final punch being able to break through Mother's chakra shell. And nice guy, the ultimate technique, so powerful that the user merely dashing forward is enough to cause the space within the area to get distorted, making it impossible for the target to defend against it, even a god, followed by an immensely powerful kick, which carries such force that it is able to obliterate the target's body, as well as create a massive and devastating shockwave linear to the targets. But for that ultimate power comes an ultimate sacrifice, death. For you see, the power of the eight gates isn't meant for mere mortals, and so the body cooks up onto ash. So eight gates gives a heck ton of power, but at the cost of your life. Pretty inconvenient and probably will never be used. So let's take that out of the equation. So which is more convenient? Well, unlike the inner gates, for every level you take the KAIOKEN, it multiplies everything except stamina. So for example, KAIOKEN times 10 to 20 would grant an increase in physical strength and speed, covering the benefits of the first to fifth gate. This is extremely convenient in the sense that you get all the benefits of the four gates with the strain of just opening one gate. But that's the thing, 20 times is where it seems to end for KAIOKEN, and most people wouldn't even be able to utilize KAIOKEN to even up to 10 times. Goku is from one of the most durable alien species in the universe, being able to recover from anything except death, and he was only able to take the KAIOKEN to up to 20 times, even after a decade of learning the move. Anything more just seemed like too much. That could be probably because he attained the form that grants more power for less strain, but we'll never know. But what the 8 gate does that makes it even better than the KAIOKEN is because the higher up you go, aside the extreme gains in speed and strength one acquires, they also gain access to 3 powerful moves, which can break even the toughest of foes. And that's all without opening the final gates. With this, I can confidently say that 8 gates is a transformation far beyond anything KAIOKEN can ever hope to achieve. Thank you.